Yo guys, what's going on? It's Adam, and we are actually back with Klaus. So if you watched the original Let's Play, you know that the ending was a bit confusing because we were missing parts of the story. And so I've actually gone back through the game to collect all of its secrets, which then allowed me to unlock the complete set of Klaus's memories for this game. So what we're about to watch is a walkthrough of these 6 memories, and shortly after, we're going to discover the true ending to Klaus. Enjoy. And so here we are in the first chapter. In this one we learn a little bit about Klaus, so he's telling us that he's left-handed. And he had a brother, apparently, who didn't have the same luck. I'm not quite sure what that is actually about, like, it doesn't make sense that he just says that one thing about his brother in this game and that's it, because that's all we hear about Klaus's brother. So maybe there's more to that that I actually don't understand, but anyway, Klaus was a simple and happy kid. He enjoyed reading and wanted to know how everything works. So kind of one of those, the curious kid that wants to know the ins and outs of a lot of things. But he wasn't special anymore in college, just another student in the crowd of many. But he found someone. Someone he thought he loved. And this will be the end of the first chapter of the first memory, that is. And so at the end of each of these, we see these little, these are like the boxes that we hack throughout the main game. So I'm going to call those hacking boxes. And Klaus always says, I remember this. And now moving on into the second chapter. And so, yeah, in the second chapter, Klaus is apparently lost and his family was broke. He had to quit college and his girlfriend broke up with him. He had to go somewhere else. He had to find his way. So this kind of comes out of nowhere. But it seems like, this is just a quick way to say, hey, look, my life used to be this, everything changed, my world fell apart. And this is when, Klaus starts exploring his life. So he's working at a construction company. Wasn't the best one, but it paid enough. But on his first day of work, there was some accident. And I'm assuming, that means the accident happened to Klaus. And so he's devoting his life to thinking of solutions to help other people avoid accidents like this. Which is noble. I mean, yeah, it's like somebody who wants to prevent accidents in the workplace or, unnecessary deaths from happening. When Klaus made this decision, she was watching. Whoever she is. And so in chapter 3 of the memories, things start to get interesting. So Klaus meets his soulmate, Julia. And they were a team. And apparently I needed Julia to get up that platform there. And so they helped each other at the company that Klaus was trying to make a difference at, and they both rose to the top. And so they were working on something together. They had bigger ambitions in the end, and they were about to showcase it to the world. So it seems that they were making a robot. The robot was called K2000, and And it was an office robot that could replace all of the office work at this company. Which is cool, you know. The company hated it though. They broke it to pieces. I mean, hey, if you have a robot that can automate a lot of your office work, that'd be great. But Klaus and Julia were fired. However, it wasn't the last time they heard from that duo. And here we're passing another hacking device. Alright, so memory number 4. 3 more to go. So Klaus and Julia built this robot, K2000, with their own hands. It was a modest release. K2000 makes coffee apparently, installs via a floppy disk, has interchangeable parts, and a personal mug. So that's kind of like a little shout out to the levels where we were dodging the workers that were throwing coffee mugs. So that's pretty cool. It worked, sold millions, and they had a company. And this is really cool. We built a building, each floor a different color. And so you'll remember from the Let's Play, every single chapter had a different color, a different scheme to it. Anyway, so that's really cool that it's shouting out. You know, so the building is what we played through. Apparently Klaus himself was colorblind. But yeah, they implemented K2000, preferring isolation to corporate society. And we can see all of the robots surrounding Klaus and Julia kind of off to the side there. But they wanted more. They wanted the first conscious robot. So it seems like they were delving into some research and development that was a little bit sketchy, if you ask me. Conscious robot. And here we are passing another hacking device. Okay, so in the 5th memory here, things start to get really, really interesting. A lot of stuff is explained here. So they work hard for it, and they worked separately. I was teaching the AI how to behave while Julia handled the mechanical aspects, and over here we actually have the character Klaus that we've played as. The blue shoes, the yellow shirt, the pompadour to break the air, the red tie, and the dark pants. And we have a checkpoint system, so it's pretty much just explaining what we're seeing in the game. But we were far from each other. I was managing the company and being the boss. We doubted each other. We weren't the same. So Klaus and Julia are growing apart here. So much that we grew apart. But they were finished. We called it K1, and we plugged it in. And from the Let's Play, we all remember who K1 is. Something went wrong, a spark, and K1 got overcharged. So that was the birth of K1, our buddy that we see and that we find throughout these levels. A big, monstrous K1. He started to transform. So I've been calling the main character here Klaus, but that's what the name of the robot is. I'm not actually sure if that's also the name of the main character. He broke everything around, smashing and hitting. He was suffering and his rage started. I could still hear her scream at night. He hit his head and ran. He destroyed everything. Even her. So Julia was killed by K1. Killed by their own robot. And so here we go into the last memory of Klaus. I fell apart. I was alone. She wasn't there anymore. I had to be strong. I made it. I made Klaus. So Klaus is definitely the name of the robot. I had made myself. It was scary. He was cocky, insecure, and naive, like me. He still needed to learn. He had to be better than me. So it seems like our main character here wanted to make this robot better than himself. To sort of like make sure the robot learns from his mistakes. So he didn't have the time to teach him myself, so I hired a quality assurance guy to do it instead. That is us. That is the player. So we have been the quality assurance guy throughout this whole game. Working with KLAUS, making KLAUS better. But does it matter? The years have passed and I don't recognize myself anymore. So it seems like this main character is spiraling. I mean, he and his soulmate created a robot that eventually destroyed her. Am I KLAUS? I don't know. What if what am I? What is KLAUS? So it seems like he is starting to lose the grips that he has on reality. Okay, and so here I'm going to fast forward through the very last part of the game. This is the ending. So the first time we actually jumped from that ledge, there was no platform. But after collecting all of the memories, this little platform that we were being raised upon now was actually there. So this is what I call the true ending to KLAUS. And this is uncharted territories. So from here on out, we're going to see more of what this game was supposed to offer. Okay, so we have somebody sitting there. Oh, KLAUS, you're finally here, typing on a computer. That is the main character. So sorry, I had to finish the script first. So you're number 1479. That sounds like a good one. Check your tattoo. And so at the beginning of the game, we found a tattoo that said KLAUS, but apparently not the number underneath it. So he just thanked us for bringing KLAUS here. It's always weird when a new KLAUS appears. Come with me. Look, I know that it has been pretty tough for you, but you needed to pass through all of that first. You needed to have more experience. You had the body, but not the mind. And so this is like talking about how they wanted the robot to be conscious. So everything that we went through was to make KLAUS better. Hardcore stuff, the laser levels, eh? I'd say so. And you found K1, what a guy. Him and me, we have history. But it took me a while to realize that it was my fault. So this guy had to take some time to realize that, yeah, he's the one that caused the accident. But I'm going to tell you straightforward what I want. I want you to replace me.
Yes.
I know that it's a hard decision, but I'm not exactly getting younger. And you're perfect. Physical performance, 10 out of 10. Creativity, 10 out of 10. Nailed it. Don't get me started with that saving K1 journey stuff. That was nuts.
Hello?
So, do you agree? No. Are you sure? Sorry, I have to see the outside world. Too much time inside these walls. There's nothing for you out there. Actually, there's nothing out there. I have to find out for myself. I have been depending too much on others. Independence, no, I see. It's fine. I'm the one who's sorry. I can't let you go out. By the way, player, you are fired. I always love to say that. But you did a horrible job. Look at him. Now he's prepared, but he doesn't want to work. But don't worry. I read a good letter of recommendation. And so this is the real boss ending. Mecha KLAUS, robot after all. I'm going to go ahead and skip to the attempt where I actually beat the final boss. K1 swoops in to deal the finishing blow. Goodbye, Mecha KLAUS. Ugh, player, why are you such an angry employee? I told you about the Great Letter of Rec. And you, K1, you never have enough, right? First Julia, and now this. You know how much that mecha cost? This dude is angry. More than your salary for 100 years. You have no idea what's outside. You're not prepared. I love this. KLAUS, genius mastermind. So it shows that banner as if we're gonna fight him. What does this title mean? Are you crazy? I'm not going to fight against them. If they want to go, that's their problem. Just remember, the world is not prepared for you. K1, we can finally go. It's over. What are you doing? Do you understand me? K1 will stay. What? This is K1's world. I'm a king here. It was a funny adventure, but it's over, and now you have to go. What are you talking about? Come on. K1 says bye. And launches us upwards. So I guess this is it. You lost your job because of me. Sorry about that. Thanks. You're a true friend. I can see the end. See you on the other side. And so that robot KLAUS has made its way into the real world, out of this company, this office building. And that is the true ending of KLAUS. And so the game keeps flashing those different colors at the end. I think it was a poor choice to have that be the ending in the credits, because that is a lot to look at. So I've actually gone and changed that to only black and white. Anyways, that was the ending to KLAUS. It's so cool to actually understand more about the game. So we see who K1 is and what K1 has done. You know, he did kill Julia, and so that's why we hear in the first chapter of this game, we hear those screams from a girl, and we never actually see her, but we do find K1. And so that was sort of cool to portray it like that, and in the end to actually find out what happened. And so, yeah, so I guess overall the game makes a lot more sense. You know, we're playing as this robot who and the creator of this robot wants KLAUS to be more conscious, wants him to have thoughts, and I guess maybe even have memories. I guess that's why these memories are scattered about the levels. So this robot is actually going through and you know, basically becoming that main character by understanding and reliving his memories. And so it's almost as if he wants to, you know, just disappear from the world and have this robot replace him. So anyways, that was KLAUS in its entirety. I am so happy I went back and actually collected all of the memories and saw the true ending, because that helped explain things a lot better. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I will catch you in another video. Yeah, buddy.